Okay, so this is going to be a Reno Hunter deck. I'm a little bit more familiar with this one than I am with the Quest Lock deck, so hopefully I'll have some better insights on this one. Obviously, we're going to be pitching the Snake Trap and the Evasive Draconid. I also want to pitch the Diving Griffin because I don't think it's particularly necessary, but it is, I suppose, somewhat of a consideration just to have some draw, although I do think that we have better turn 3 developments, especially since the Warlock is likely to only be tapping the first few turns of its quest. Diving Griffin is reasonable to keep in the event of him being a Zoo Warlock, but I think I probably would have rather pitched it away and looked for a 1-drop, a turn 1 play. This is really interesting. With the Fairy Dragon, I actually kind of like Coin Fairy Dragon over Phase Stalker. I'm guessing that's what I'm going to do here. Just because we have no turn 1 play, he has no way to deal with the Fairy Dragon except for like Moarg Rain of Fire, which is locked until at least turn 3. So this Fairy Dragon is just getting 3 damage into his face. He wants to be tapping as often as possible, so it's very reasonable that if we coin Fairy Dragon out on 1, we can just get 6 to 9 damage into his face. I'm not sure how important that is, given that Warlock has so much healing at their disposal, but they have so many things that they want to be doing that they need to be spending mana on, for example, drawing and plot twisting and things like that, that they're just not going to be able to afford to heal if we put the right amount of pressure on them. And this Stormhammer is an amazing pickup because now on turn 3 we just have too much damage going into face. I think we're effectively turning into a face hunter here. And again, you know, he's just tapping, and now he's at 18 already. And with the Stormhammer, he's going to be at 15. We could drop the Scale Rider here, but I think I just like Stormhammering, develop the weapon, and just start attacking, hitting him in the face. He does have Coin Netherwing, but that puts him at 12, and then with our weapon, we put him at 9. So he's really in a tough spot here already. By turn 3, he's already lost half of his health. Dark Skies is for sure coming, as always. I am not sure why I'm astounded. Yep, I like this. Keep the pressure up, keep the pressure very high, and just keep going upstairs. Face Hunter faces the place. You know, he wants to be able to develop the Netherwing here, but it puts him to 6, 4 if we hero power as well. So many ways that we can just knock him out of the game now. He's just way too low. He needs to get his Moarg. There's the Moarg. And the Broodmother. Very nice for him. Here I think we want to rush and Felma, yeah. We could just tap the button. So let's think about this. We have 3, 4 going up to 12, putting down to 12. The Imprisoned Felma will activate on turn 7. Do we anticipate having him dead by then without playing the Felma? So we would have him at 12, and if we hit the button, we'll put him to 10. Next turn, we know he has the Broodmother that he can just drop. Broodmother, we cannot get through too easily. We'd have to use our whole board and the button. Or we would use our Evasive Worm and our Dwarven Sharpshooter, and that would be able to put 6 upstairs, so he would still be at 4 going into turn 7. So I think it's definitely got to be Imprisoned Felma, because I just don't see any way that we're winning the game in 2 turns. So I like Felma over the button. And we're holding the charge. Yep, I like this. Oh, that kind of sucks. So now he has 10 cards in hand. He definitely wants to plot twist this turn if he can afford to. He can Moarg, Nether Breath, and plot twist. Oh wow. Double Moarg, Nether Breath. Okay. So basically our whole early game has been disrupted here now. I think, by the way, it's so corny when people say thank you when you say well played. Dude, now I really hate this guy. Now I'm really angry, and I just want to stomp him into the ground. This is definitely an evasive worm, clear the board turn. We just, there's no point in going face now to put him at 27. He's not really going to do a whole lot, so just clear up the board. And his healing is gone, his morgs are used. This is pretty good for us. And again, we have that imprisoned Felmaw coming online at the start of next turn, taking out something that he develops. Hopefully we can protect our 5/3 evasive. And if he's unable to deal with the 1/1, which I'm sure he should have a Mortal Coil by now, and he definitely is incentivized to play the Mortal Coil. Interesting. That one sucks. Oh, but this is great. Okay, hang on. Next turn is his Nether, Twisting Nether turn. So maybe the play here is to go Siamat, because Siamat, Siamat puts 6 on the board, Wind Fury, he has to kill it, he has to get rid of it. The 5/3 is untouchable. We currently have 6 health on board, so Siamat puts it at 12, which puts him out of Dark Sky's range. Bran obviously adds 12 to the board, so we're at 18 health on the board. But if he just kills our King Crush, it kind of sucks, and then next turn we just have to develop the Siamats and be a little slower. So I think I actually like playing the Siamat this turn, see if he has an answer, and then next turn we can Dino Tamer Bran, because that way we can still get, we're still getting 9 damage into face this turn, and we're also developing the Siamat that he has to deal with or he dies, and we're keeping our King Crush for a high pressure turn 8 when he can't deal with it. So I think I actually prefer to play the Siamat here, but of course when you draw a Bran, you just play Bran, right? So we probably just Bran it up. And I think this is probably fine as well. I just don't love that we then have to play the Siamat, and he's clearing this board 100% of the time, I feel like, or he loses, right? Oh wow, and he ripped the Nether off top too. And now we have to play the Siamat. He was gonna have to do this last turn as well. He was gonna have to Nether, so I think Bran is the better keep, because he should have a way to deal with this too, like his Caladan or something. And if he Caladans the King Crush, we still have the Bran doing 2 damage on turn 9. So I think I definitely do like doing this in the other reverse order. But that's okay, as played, we're still in good shape. We still have our Stormhammer, we still have our Hero Power, that's 5 damage at any given time. So if he plays anything on the board, we can unleash the Hounds. We can always do our Snake Trap when he gets something to attack with. So this effectively healed him for 1. Oh, that's a great draw. I think we tap and Snake Trap. He has to clear our 5/5, so it's probably better to have the 3 1/1s than the 1 2/2 that can also be cleared pretty easily. Because he needs the AoE to deal with the Snake Trap, and his only AoEs are Crazy Netherwing and like Dark Skies, Rain of Fire, things like that. Rain of Fire does 1 damage to him, Crazy Netherwing does 3 damage to him. Like, he cannot afford to take any more damage at this point. So, whereas Blazing Battle Mage is, I guess, dealt with by Dark Skies, and I don't know. Maybe it's about even, but I think I like playing the Snake Trap over the Blazing Battle Mage. I think I like developing the 3 1/1s. That's kind of nice for us. Big misplay on his part. Big error. So I think we're going to cash in the weapon this turn. Let's just get the damage in. And then develop the Desert Spear. I guess we could Hounds here and put him to 8. Because how, like, is the Hounds ever getting better? I don't know when the Hounds is getting better. And we're floating 3 mana here. I don't expect that the Hounds is ever going to get me more than 2 damage. Because I assume if he's playing 3 minions at a time, one of them is going to be a taunt. So 7 cards to not draw his Broodmothers. So that's his Maly. It's always a Maly, right? Oh wow, it really is the Maly, huh? Ooh. He's at 1, so if we had played the Hounds, he wouldn't have been able to do this. Oh no. Oh no. So maybe we are just supposed to play the Hounds to play around Rain of Fire. 6 damage Rain of Fire. Ugh, that was an ugly lose. That was an ugly loss right there. I think we probably should have been more aware of the fact that he can, at any time, hit his plot twist and just basically get himself out of range. I mean, he could have always found the Broodmothers too to win that game. He had 8 draws to hit a Broodmother. I guess technically 7 since he needed to get the Maly specifically off of the 0 mana. So he had many opportunities to just kind of get himself out of range, but maybe Hounds was the play. We floated 3 mana for no reason. We wanted to not develop the weapon just because maybe he's going to ooze us out of the weapon. So then how often is your Hounds getting better than doing one or 2 damage? Just Hounds, put it upstairs, and then he really can't afford to make the plays that he made. I don't know if this was necessarily poor play on our part or we just kind of got beaten. I think the Siamat Dino Tamer turn on turn 7 was something to consider, and I think the Hounds is something to consider. But you know, they're so close. I'm not sure that either was a particularly egregious error that cost us the game. But that's all right. We'll get him next time.